Deutz Gambit. It starts like a normal game. Pawn to e4, pawn to e5, both knights out, bishop to c4, bishop to c5, then castle kingside. Now, the most played move is knight to f6. You will have two options: defend your pawn and play a boring game, or strike the center with an aggressive counterattack. This is where the Deutz Gambit begins. If they capture with the pawn, you push the e4 pawn, attacking the knight, which gives you a chance to dominate the game. But what if they take with the bishop? It looks solid. All you have to do is trade the knight, then bishop to g5, pinning the knight. This is a great position to play, but that is not the best part. In this position, most players play pawn to h6, kicking the bishop. Just keep the pin, and almost all players play this move, thinking they are breaking the pin and attacking the bishop simultaneously. Saving the bishop is a bit boring. We want very aggressive play. Pawn to f4. They take the bishop, you take the pawn, and see how many threats black has. But what if black tries to take the pawn? This is a pin. Your king is safe. Your position is better than black's, and life will be easy for you. Just develop your knight. Right? You idiot! I told you this is aggressive chess. Sacrifice the rook. You grab this, crisscrossing the knights and making it totally hopeless. If he tries to move the rook, you just take the knight here. And this is the only move to save the queen. Even if they play another move with this gambit, there are so many ways to make them angry and bite their phone. 90% of players don't know how to play against this deadly gambit. By the way, there are 9 more aggressive openings, guaranteed to make your opponent bite their phone in frustration, including Hitler's opening, which looks dumb at first, but turns out to be one of the most disrespectful openings that will leave your opponent still wondering why they lost the game. Budapest Gambit. This gambit is even more effective if your opponent plays the Queen's Gambit. Pawn to e4, knight to f6, pawn to c4. Now you play pawn to e5, sacrificing the pawn. Most players take this. Now you go forward, aiming at the pawn. They defend the pawn, then you play d6, attacking the pawn twice. Almost all players take this. All you have to do is take back with the bishop. The h2 pawn is threatened. The most played move in this position is pawn to a 3, attacking the knight. Then you sacrifice your knight, threatening to take one of their pieces on the next move. If they take bishop to g3, they have to take. The other legal move doesn't make sense, and you win the queen this way. If they are good at calculating, they may not play this blunder move, but you still have a better position. Wait, you might say, what if they don't take the pawn in this position? Back to the beginning. What if they push instead? You land your bishop on c5. The most played move is bishop to g5, pinning the knight. Then knight to e4, attacking the bishop twice. All players take the queen because, let's face it, it's a free queen. Then you play bishop to f2, checkmate. Intercontinental Ballistic Missile Gambit. You start your normal game. They play pawn to d5, you sacrifice the pawn. They always take it, attacking the knight. You save the knight here. And the most played move is this: defending the pawn. Pretty straightforward idea. Play pawn to d3, sacrificing another pawn. They take it, and you bring the bishop. If they even accidentally try to kick your knight, game over. Knight to f7, forking the queen and the rook. If the king takes, boom, you launch the missile. If they save their queen instead, you take the rook, and you are up a rook. If you save this knight by any chance, you will have over a 95% winning probability. Fried liver counter trap. This is one of the common chess game openings. Here, I will show how to counterattack aggressively with it. You develop your knight, attacking the pawn. They defend the pawn, then you go for aggressive play. Knight takes pawn. They will capture back the knight, then you push this, asking them politely to give you one of these pieces. Then, you will have a better position. However, most players play this, taking the pawn and forking the rook and queen. We can't take back, it's protected. I said this is aggressive chess. You counterattack. There's a checkmate threat here on f2, but what if they castle? It seems they are safe, and our rook is still under attack. Should we save the rook? Yeah, you guessed it. It's aggressive chess. We don't save the rook. Bishop to c5, pressuring the f2 square. If they take the rook, we take here, threatening the queen. If the rook takes the knight, check. Absolutely, you will win this because the knight is trapped there and your queen is active. If they move their queen, even worse. Halloween Gambit. This is played when 4 knights are out. You sacrifice your knight here. They will grab it immediately, and then you push harder and stronger, as this music suggests. Now, even though you are down a knight, you have a great position, and this is indeed the best move for black. Most players play that move. It looks natural, right? Then all you have to do is defend your pawn and treat this fork. This is the way to defend against the fork. But you play bishop to e3, attacking the a-pawn twice. Most players play this move and sacrifice the whole game. Hitler Gambit. I take this opening from the game of Hitler and Lenin, and I call it the Hitler Gambit, as Hitler's playing the black pieces. After e4, you play pawn to a 6. What does this move do? The best part is that everyone doesn't know this opening and how to deal with it, even you. Even this man. They are humans. Their game is mostly based on previous experience. You let them control the center and you just develop silently. Then, after the knight is out, white thinks he is better in development, but you play pawn to a 6. Looks like French defense, right? Bishop out, then you strike the center, completely dominating the right side. Castling queenside is unthinkable for white. This is the most played move, and it looks natural. Then you take back with the bishop. Castling queenside is dumb, and if they castle kingside, you bring your bishop into the attack and see how powerful this is. White has to be careful. Danish Gambit. In this gambit, you pretend to play the give-up gambit at first and end up in a position like this. In case you don't know about chess, this is very dangerous for black. The most commonly played move is pawn to d5. You just take. Guess what is the best move for black? Is this the best move? Boom! Sacrificing the bishop. If they take,
Bye-bye. I make you go.
but king to a7 can protect the queen.
Bye-bye.
If they don't fall for all of these traps, you still have a great position. Evans Gambit. Another aggressive gambit here. e4, e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, defending the pawn. You bring your bishop, they bring their bishop, and then all you have to do is attack the bishop. They definitely take, accepting the Evans Gambit. You attack again. If they retreat back to c5, you strike the center. If the bishop retreats to a5, you play the same move, which is even better for you. If they take, don't take back. Instead, castle. If they are too greedy, things won't go well for them. If they develop the knight, you just attack. But this move seems better for white. You attack this way, pressuring the f7 square. They will castle. At this point, you bring your queen to the attacking position, threatening checkmate. They defend against checkmate, then boom, hitting the queen. If the queen moves, check, check, and checkmate. Stafford Gambit. If you are under 1,000 elo, consider using this gambit when you have the chance. After this common opening, they attack your pawn, and you pretend to attack their pawn. Then, after they take, play this move. They will take it, and you take back. This is the common move to defend the pawn. Just bring your bishop and attack the f2 square. Now, the most played move is bishop to g5, pinning the knight. You just ignore the pin and take the pawn. The pawn is going to become a queen, so it's worth almost as much as a queen, but that is not the main reason. The idea is to take this and checkmate this way. As you can see, this channel is quite small, and your subscription is noticeable enough to make someone happy. Please make me happy.